Here to decide my fate tonight are good friends of mine, Katie Lee and Alice Show. What's up, ladies?
Our first contender has worked in 3-star Michelin restaurants and become an executive chef all before the age of 27. From Sales American Grill in Norwalk, Connecticut, Chris Lamphier.
It's all business.
Our next contender has honed her craft by watching you, Bobby. Please give it up for Chef Jen Biesty, owner of Shakewell in Oakland, California.
I saw you staring me down over there. I'm ready for you. But first, you'll have to go through each other. Katie and Alex will taste and pick only one of you to move on to round 2. You'll have 20 minutes to make a single ingredient the star of your dish. And that ingredient is chickpeas. You're gonna have 20 minutes. Go.
I'm gonna make herb falafel with romesco sauce. I think falafel is really gonna highlight chickpeas. So I'm gonna use some garlic, lemon, cumin, coriander. The way I cook is I like building lots of robust flavors. My first job at a culinary school was at a 4-star restaurant. When I was 28, I went to Europe for a year, and it totally opened up a new world to me. Romesco is a really rustic sauce that peasants would make with old bread. It's really about layers of flavor.
I'm trying to stay focused. Traditionally, for falafel, you would add a Middle Eastern spice blend, but I'm going for more of a Mediterranean flavor profile by adding toasted fennel seed. Jen is preparing falafel as well, but I know mine's gonna be better. My drive comes from my mom. She's been my biggest support system. She did whatever she could to put dinner on the table. I never attended culinary school, but I was fortunate enough to work for some great chef mentors. I fought tooth and nail to get where I am today, and to beat Bobby, it would show my mom. I've learned a lot from her.
The romesco is sweet, salty, smoky. Then I hit it with the tomato, peppers, little sherry vinegar. It just has so much flavor in it.
10 minutes left.
So the first thing I start doing is getting the chickpeas dried out.
Generally, when you make falafel, it's with dried chickpeas. When you make falafel with cooked chickpeas, it could become a problem because of the moisture. If the chickpeas are too wet and then you fry them, they might not hold together.
I know that when the falafel comes out of the fryer, it's gonna get seasoned again. So I'm feeling confident, so I'm putting my salad together. Fennel has some really great flavor, similar to licorice. It ties in really well with the lemon. I grabbed pomegranate molasses to add some sweetness.
Got the falafel in the fryer, but they're not staying together. I'm pretty much just like losing it.
I can't watch.
Oh my God.
They fell apart.
She just threw them in the garbage.
My guess is too wet and didn't stay together.
I am freaking out. I gotta move into hyper speed if I'm gonna make it.
90 seconds.
I'll see what Jen's got going on. My confidence kind of skyrockets because I know I'll have the dish done in time. I decide to whip up some Greek yogurt and feta to have something for the falafel to dip into.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Chef Chris, tell us what you made.
An herb falafel, dressed arugula, and whipped feta yogurt.
There's a lot of good texture going on here. The falafel has a nice crispy outside and it's nice and soft inside. And I love the sweetness of the pomegranate molasses.
Thank you.
But there's not quite enough salt. I think you could have seasoned it a little bit more.
And the yogurt, it needed to be integrated. The way you put the dish together makes me think you weren't entirely sure where you were going with this.
Jen, can you tell us what you made?
You have a chickpea falafel, romesco sauce, and some Spanish chorizo.
I was just wondering if your dish comes with a side of blood pressure medicine.
I had so much anxiety watching you at the end, but you got it done.
I love the romesco sauce. You get a really nice array of flavors. The falafel is well seasoned, and I really appreciate that about it. But the chickpea is maybe the less successful part for me here.
Yes, I would have liked some crispiness and more color on there. The chef that we have chosen to beat Bobby Flay is Chef Jen.
Jen, congratulations.
Thank you.
Why don't we get down to it? What is your signature dish?
My signature dish is paella.
Your 45 minutes begins now.
My game plan for this round is to just get the rice toasting and the wine and bay leaf and onion to get the flavors going in the oil.
So my game plan is to flavor the rice with saffron. I'm gonna use some lobster stock. I'm gonna add some onions, some garlic, some anchovies, some white wine. That's gonna bring layers of flavor. You have to be careful how much saffron you use. If you overdo it, it gets bitter and has sort of an aftertaste.
This is like a little mini Iron Chef. I got my rice toasting, I got my stock going with some star anise and basil, and then I deglaze with some brandy to give it a rich, deep flavor. I'm gonna use the similar vegetables in the stock as I am the sofrito. It's gonna be the base for the paella. Sofrito is when you cook any kind of vegetable in a large amount of olive oil. So you're gonna bring out a lot of sweetness of the vegetables. I'm gonna toast the rice again with the sofrito. I'm adding the squid ink, and then I strain the stock directly in there because it just needs to bake in the oven and get crispy.
This is definitely the most labor-intensive challenge I've had so far. I have to get the rice on the stove and start to create the crust. I really hope I can pull this off. I still have to clean some prawns, and then I can actually start getting the rice in the pan and create that soaker out on the bottom of the pan. Now I have the proteins, I have the chicken, the prawns, all this stuff has to go on. I'm just gonna cook some eggs very soft to add richness, and then kind of just mix it all together.
Do you feel like you got the good toast on the rice?
Yeah, I got a nice crunchy crust.
What do you feel like right now is your biggest challenge?
What his paella tastes like.
All right, Bobby, what's going on here?
I'm a little behind.
Less than 4 minutes on the clock.
Get out of here!
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now it's time to meet your judges. Executive chef and owner of Aldea, George Mendez. Chef and cookbook author, Aaliyah Lee Kong. And the owner of Batard, Nobu, and Tribeca Grill, Drew Niporin.
Judges, this is a blind taste test, and you're gonna start with the dish that's in front of you.
It's a very unique approach to paella. I like the squid ink.
It gives it a really beautiful flavor, which is totally complemented by the aioli and the pickled chilies.
The squid is nice and tender. I'm just getting an overwhelming flavor of lemon.
It's also missing crunchiness to the rice, the socrat.
So let's switch plates and move on to the second dish.
The rice has nice toastiness going on. It's got a nice socarat. It has nice balanced seasoning.
You get everything that you sort of want in a paella, and it's well cooked.
And there's a lot going on, muscle and chorizo. However, I think I'm missing a piece of chicken in here. Did anybody eat my chicken?
Judges, it's time to vote. Mark which dish you like best. The judges have voted, and the winner is Chef Bobby Flay.